So took the tapes made in a sex dungeon away from him. Now, unfortunately for Diddy and Usher, some of them got leaked.
Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember, Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp. Y'all put it together.
And what you mean by Diddy count?
Remember? He was on one of the talk shows, the white guy with the curly hair. What's his name? The white guy with the curly hair. And he said, yo, would you send your son to Diddy camp? And Usher said, no. Ask him why he won't send him to Diddy camp. But yet and still you praise him.
Damn, man, and you said that, I know you can't go into detail, but you said that it was a situation where Diddy sent him to the hospital?
Let Usher explain that to you. Let Usher mama explain that to you. And the hospital was in Scarsdale, New York.
Moved to New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans. Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
what
like a living.
Life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Now, while we blame Diddy for grooming Usher and introducing him to wild parties, we can't help but fault Usher's mama for letting him stay with Diddy at such an impressionable age.
Puff is making jokes about how they used to wrestle for the Frosted Flakes in the morning. And
yeah, I bet they did. Somebody frosted somebody frosted somebody flakes. Without the milk.
What do you think it is that keeps Usher from coming out or saying anything?
Because yo, dog, it's you got to realize in that industry, a lot of people are stand back and say, well, it happened to me. That's how some of them people pay their dues. And the people who don't go down like that don't be as great as the Ushers, as the Diddy'S. It's a way of passage to certain people in the entertainment business.
With all these people coming out against Diddy, do you think more people are going to come out?
It's a lot of people that, you got to realize is that everybody think, oh, everybody's coming out now. It's a lot of people that wanted to bring stuff out long time ago, but the lawyers wouldn't take it. The lawyers wouldn't deal with it. Cassie opened up a floodgate for lawyers to look at people's cases now and say, yeah, we might could get some money out of that. We might could do that. Yeah, he did abuse you. Nobody really cared at first. But now they see that a lot of this stuff may have some truth to it and the people can be paid for it. They coming out.
Some about
Puffy
this is
Flavor Camp.
Yeah, go ahead and play this. Watch
It's
it.
about a minute, right? Yeah. Okay. Wait till the end, though.
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to something
City.
called Puffy Flavor
He's
Camp.
13 at the time.
Adam, let us hear it. Go back
Yeah,
5
that's what
seconds, please. Go back, because what he called it right there is what's key. Go ahead.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to something
City.
called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like.
Nickelodeon was kid everything, but that marked one of the darkest chapters.
These are 3 predators who worked at Nickelodeon.
It made me wonder who was being hurt.
Have you ever told your story publicly before?
Quiet on Set, an ID true crime event, Sunday, March 17th at 9 on ID.
Like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really.
Not really.
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty
13
wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking
that's
place.
called rape.
And I didn't necessarily understand.
When you're 13.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans. Jodeci, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, good
they
job.
know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
You're 13.
Did you have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money?
Okay. How is that How is that normal at any time?
Do you have the part where they said, would you let your kids go there? He goes,
keep playing.
hell no.
Keep playing it, Rob, because I think it's at the end.
Yeah.
Per diem. I had like,
What a
living
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See?
Yeah, that's the thing. Right? I have kids. I don't even post. And then, the Twitter trolls will be, we're her kids. Well, I'm protecting them. And this is sad. I mean, this is sad. And this one with Bieber.
Is this the Bieber
thing.
one? Yeah.
Where are the parents?
Yeah, and which parent would say, you know what? We don't know you. We know that you're a celebrity. Go and hang out with this guy for weeks on end by yourself. And at what time, at what era is this cool?
In the most critical years, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. How is this, Alina?
They both turn.
How is this normal?
They both turn into superstars.
Yeah.
That's the sacrifice you make.
Yeah, well, that's the sacrifice. But one of them had to go to church and he freaking lost his mind. Can you play this one? How's this?
You ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
What the?
You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So yeah.
Jesus.
Now, the details of what was done to Usher was reported to be horrific. Now, I just don't understand why he would tape it, though. Maybe he thought he'd never get caught.
Right now, in light of all the allegations that's against him and what he's going through right now in the world of the press, the Homeland Security invading his house in Miami and LA and all of this stuff. I don't want to believe none of it. Innocent until proven guilty, damn it. But the bottom line is we've seen folks in the industry be gotten after before. I don't know if we've ever seen it on this level. Your thoughts?
Prayer. Pray for him. The way the world is set up where everybody can chime in on your life, it's kind of unfair.
Totally.
When you're going through, you know, a situation like he's going through. But nobody knows. There's always three. His side of the story, the people's, and the actual truth. Well, you got to wait to see what comes out.
This is a quick. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think he's getting a lot of negative, you know, people kicking him while he's going through it. I don't think that's that cool, but
no, it ain't.
I think you got to mind your business and just see what happens and try to pray for him.
Not over something like this. I'll be damned if anybody gonna sit up there and say, I'm saying he's guilty. I don't want to believe he's guilty of such a thing. As far as I'm concerned, you're innocent until proven guilty. I don't know anything. But I do feel it's fair to ask this next question. How is and was he viewed in the hip-hop industry as a person, as a producer, a guy? Talk about what, when folks bring up Sean P. Diddy Combs, what were the thoughts that came to everybody's mind in that genre?
A great mogul, you know what I mean? He started from the bottom as an intern and turned and made a $1 billion label, or turned himself to a billionaire, or close to a billionaire, or, you know what I mean? And he was
Alvin, will you for gas?
beloved. Some of the best parties, without, you know, that I ever been to in my life.
I went to a couple.
You know
I can confirm that, yes.
And that's it. People loved him. He loved to have fun. He loved to make music, make hits. He helped change my life.
How?
You know what I mean? He gave me my first record. Yeah. Whether it was a good deal or a bad deal, it still it gave me an opportunity to be here with you today. So, you know what I mean? We got to just see, like you said, innocent until proven guilty, and nobody knows what's going on except him and whoever's involved. So
I ain't got no problem saying this about Diddy. I love his business acumen. I love the go-get-it mentality.
Definitely one of the most impeccable businessmen of all time.
I love how he pushed and encouraged all of us to go for it in the world of business. That's my interpretation based on a few conversations that I've had with him in my lifetime. He's trying to own an NBA team. 4 years ago, he was trying to be a part of